His story is great. What he's accomplished is amazing. Being able to go through all the hardship he had to go through and to become an Olympic athlete is not very easy. It's a lot of hard work and dedication, and I've learned that from him.
Anyone with an impairment that can beat the odds of what limits them and going above and beyond and competing in the Olympics is just unbelievable to me.
That's a great feat, you know, to be so determined to be an overcomer.
It seemed he had this ambition, this desire, this motivation, this unique will to win and to be an accomplished competitor in whatever he did.
When I run laps, really, the coaches saw me just like, like I run different because I got polio in my left legs, and he started feeling sorry for me, and he said, hey, stay on the side. So when I start, just like I told the coach, hey, don't treat me different. Just treat me like everybody. And I want to prove myself really to them. So when we go fight, the coach just like, I remember the coach, he used to tell me, hey, you put me in the side. So every time when I fight the guy, I just like, I use my imagination. The guy I'm fight, he's a coach, he used to tell me, hey, sit in the side. And I beat him, and I win. And after I win, really, the coach, he came to me and said, you're excellent.
My life changed a lot after I dealt with the Paralympics. I dealt with people that never made excuses. He told me once, hey, you are able-bodied. Why should you make excuses?
Dr. Hamido, I mean, he's a very unique and brilliant individual, and he once I found out that he was an Olympic athlete and competed with United States Olympic team and the Egyptian Olympic team. Once he showed us all the pictures and stuff and all the famous people that he had met, he had pictures with President Bush and President Clinton, and I mean that's pretty inspiring right there, just to see where he's been through in his journey in life and to see where he's at now.
I'm Dr. Essam Hamido. I'm originally from Cairo, Egypt. I grew up in Egypt, very, very poor area in Cairo. When I'm talking about poor, guys, just like poor. What I mean with that, we used to live in one room. This room have the bathroom, have no bathroom in it. We share the bathroom, and no electricity, no water in it.
He often tells his biography by saying things were pretty hard for he and his brothers, and that he has had polio growing up, and how he never let that particular physical challenge cause him not to have dreams of becoming an excellent and outstanding world-class athlete.
Age 3 years old, I have a polio, my left legs. Back home in Egypt, really, and I feel really this almost all over. I think here in the US, really, it's still the people, people with disability fit the society here. It's no discrimination, but in Egypt, still people look at the person with disability as a second-class citizen. So I remember when I was in elementary school, in the PE class, I can't go play with the class because I'm handicapped. So most of the time, really, the PE teacher, he put me in the side and do nothing. And really, it was make me very, very disappointed, angry, sad, and I feel really I can do something even more than able-bodied.
It was at an early age that Dr. Hamido learned the essential elements of life: hard work, responsibility, and determination.
And I started just go outside, hey, we poor in Egypt, and in Egypt we have a different system with sports than the US. So you get rich people, really, these people can be in a club, and this club will have high-tech gym like what we have here at Tennessee State University. So I used to play in the street. So I play in the street. I started playing with soccer, okay, Soccer, it's big outside the U.S. You got too many people play. It's cheap sports, and you can play anywhere. So we play in the street really. And I used to just play hard just to prove myself. And every time I prove myself, it make me feel good.
Dr. Hamido learned at an early age that he would not be able to settle for mediocrity. He would have to strive for greatness in everything that he did, because if he didn't, he would not be successful.
I used to work like age 10 years old. I got a job. I have to go support the family. So I used to work after school, summertime. So one time I saved some money to do like a martial art. So with my best friends, I used to watch like a Bruce Lee movie, and I was just like the guy. And I'm my friend too. So I started just looking there, and one day I went to this club just for martial arts. So I went over there, joined the club, and I go, and the coach start just like stretching. After we stretching, we start walking around the track, and I go walking around the track, and the coach see me just literally jogging difference, and he put me in the side. He said, "Hey, you don't have to jog." And when he singled me out, really hurt me. So I'm just like, I said, you know what, I quit. So I quit there. And I started going, keep playing soccer. And I went to high school, and I remember first year in high school as a freshman, they have like a team in martial arts. And I got my best friend, the same guy, and he told me, "Hey man, we can join that." And I said, "Hey man, you got this guy, he was a black belt, 3 degree, and he rejected me. I mean, do you think these people gonna accept me because I'm handicapped?" I said, "We just try." And I went to the team, and I talked to the coach before even we start. I said, "Hey coach, I got so and so. It's okay to come join?" I said, "Yeah, you're welcome." And the coach really was a very nice guy. And I started just like, doing martial arts, do karate with them. And I started doing like very, very good. And I keep remember what the other coach, like when he told me, "You're on the side, or you're not gonna be good in this stuff because I got disability." And I tell you what, we used to have a fight, like with the guys, and I was number 1 in the fight. Even the guys really, before we start fight, they tell me, "Hey, slow down." And sometimes even I fight with the coach, okay, and I try to prove myself. And I did very, very good.
Although Dr. Hamido did not realize the lessons he was learning at the time, these trials and tribulations would continue to set him up for greatness. Without these, who knows what would have become of Dr. Hamido.
And this is what I started in high school. I started just like going to a small club in Cairo, and I started just compete with swimming, track, soccer, volleyball, weightlifting. And I started just really compete with that, and I compete with everybody. And I just like every time when somebody tell me, "Hey, you can do it," just make me, I want to work harder to prove you wrong.
Dr. Hamido's continuous passion for proving his peers wrong started to pave out his life for the better. He was a man that faced all the odds with great enthusiasm. He tackled every day with perseverance, settling for nothing less than excellence.
When I finished high school, my dream really, I want to be like my coach. I got this guy who was coaching me in Egypt, Egyptian national team, and I want to be like him. So, and I applied for a college of education, like health physical education, so I can get a degree over there, and after that to be like, get like a PE teacher, coaching all this stuff. And I went in Egypt, we have different system. So you have to go through like first, before you go to the college, you have to do like, fitness assessment, and like basically push-ups, abs, running, 100 dash, 200 dash, swimming, just like that. So anyway, I went to all the fitness testing, and I passed everything, okay? And after we finish, we have to do a physical exam. So I take the physical, so I have to just like go with my underwear, and he saw like, I got big leg and I got small leg, and I said, "No, we can let you in." So reject me. I can't be, even as we speak right now in Egypt, guess what? I can't go in college to be a student in health physical education because I'm handicapped.
Even though Dr. Hamido had a minor setback, he did not let that prevent him from making a major bounce back. Dr. Hamido continued to stay the course and work diligently to prove all of his naysayers wrong. With this mindset, no one could stop Dr. Hamido.
So anyway, I went to business college. So, and I start compete with the Egyptian national team at this time. I'm doing, I did shot put, discus, swimming, volleyball, lifting, and I was playing soccer on the side. And each one, I was playing in it, I was just like number one.
Dr. Hamido was number one, all right. He would continue to gain national attention as he continued to supersede the odds by capturing 3 gold medals for the Egyptian national team.
In 1986, I met this guy, his name Kendall Stevens. And this guy really was the head coach for the US national team. And this guy, he was drafted by the NBA. This guy really was, to me, was my dad, my big brother, my everything. And I think really without this guy, I'm not gonna be here. Finally, I just like said, you know what? I will go take the chance and come to the US. So I came here to the US exactly in 1992. I came here to train with the US under Coach Kendall Stevens. And I started just like, train with him. And I went to too many meets. And I got like, my first meet really was 1992. And I got 3 gold medals. And after that, I start compete like maybe like 3-4 events and try hook me up to be with the US national team. But in the US national team really I make the team, but I have to wait 4 years until I compete with the US national team. So anyway, so I have to, basically I'm not going to compete for 4 years. So I told them, hey coach, I mean, what am I going to do? And I said, you know what, I'm going to start working really. Just like, try to do anything. So I started working, I work here, construction, restaurant, wash dishes and all this stuff. And I work really tough job. I used to be in construction. And I feel really, I was just like, hey, I work hard, but really it's not this what I want to do. So I came to the coach and I said, coach, really I'm struggling and all this stuff. And I said, you know what, I don't feel good what I'm doing. So I said, hey, what about you go back to school? I said, hey, yeah, I'd love to.
Going back to school was one of Dr. Hamido's best decisions in life. He realized the importance of an education and proved that not only was he a gifted athlete, but also an outstanding scholar. By receiving his bachelor's degree, master's degree, and also his doctorate, Dr. Hamido proved everyone wrong.
I finished my PhD in 1999. When I finished my PhD, really, I didn't compete since 1992 until 1999. And after that, I got Coach Stevens, Kendall Stevens, who was asking me, hey, what about now you can make the US national team? And I told him, hey man, do you think really I didn't compete for all this time? Do you think I'm gonna make it? And I said, hey man, it's just like, hey, are you scared? You just do it. And I said, you know what, hey, we'll go. So we drove from Nashville, Tennessee to Fairfax, Virginia. And I remember this guy really who was in dialysis. He got a kidney problem. And he took me over there because he believed in me. And I went over there and I did lifting. And I make the US team and I was number 1. And after I make the weightlifting team, I'm just walking outside. I saw one guy, I was compete against him from the US when I was playing with the Egyptian national team. And this guy said, hey, this is a guy really, he told the coach, hey, we need to get this guy. And I told the coach, yeah, I'm willing to be with, but if you let me be in the team, because I already make the weightlifting team. And I said, yeah, man, we can do that. And really they make exception for me to be in 2 teams, like team sports and weightlifting sports.
So what teams?
weightlifting,
Weightlifting, then what else?
volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah. So and I said okay, and I make the U.S. national team, and I went in 1999 was a world championship, was in Sweden, and I think it was the first time for the U.S. we place. And after that, I started compete with the U.S. In 2000, I went the Olympic Games. In 2000, Sydney, Australia. And at this time, really, I remember I got a coach really, but the coach he doesn't know really what he's not experienced, and I mess up my shoulders. I mess up my my disc, C5 and 6, but I still compete. And nobody know really I get injury, but I still compete. So I compete in 2000 Sydney. After I finish, I get back to the US, and they invite me to the White House, and I meet the President Clinton, and I keep competing, and I went like too many world championship with the US. I went in 2003. We went to the Pan American game. Pan American game was in Argentina, and was volleyball. And we have to be number one to win a gold medal to be qualified for the Olympic game. So anyway, I went over there, Argentina. I was the best guy in the team. Scored 75% from the whole team score. And really, I helped the U.S. national team to get the gold and to be in 2004 Athens. And you know what? We right now in 2013, guess what? The U.S. after I quit, they didn't make the Olympic teams. We get China and London, U.S. and do it. So, and this for me was a big accomplishment.
I know Dr. Hamido through him being a professor here at Tennessee State University. I had him my freshman year. That was my first experiences with him. He's done a lot for me. He's meant a lot to me. From where he has come from and where he is now, it's truly an inspiration. He really epitomizes the word warrior.
Well, one of the things I was quite impressed with him as a colleague, and we worked out together. He loves to lift weights. He has a picture when he was weighing about 180 to 185, where he's strapped down on the bench and he's lifting about 580 or more pounds. Very impressive.
I met Dr. Hamido in 1997 as a student. I went to work out with him one time, and we did a few reps, and I thought that was it for the bench press, and he said, all right, now we've warmed up, let's start working out. And so I only made it one workout with Dr. Hamido, but I realized how he got so strong. His work ethic was unbelievable.
I have to almost say with a joke that a lot of us have worked out with Dr. Hamido, and we try to increase our strength. And so everyone that he's worked out with and I met with him over the last few years, they've all gotten hurt and injured. And they say, well, I used to work out with him, and now I had to go get this fix or that fix. And Dr. Hamido is still out lifting very heavy weight. And I think it's a passion of his, something that he's unique at doing, and he just loves it.
So as far as the other games and his classes, he taught us some special education classes. He taught us about seated volleyball, where he had won some medals in that, and some different strength and endurance challenges for students with disabilities, which carried over into my teaching profession, to where I used some adaptations for my physical education classes that really was enlightening to the students, but also was enlightening as a teacher.
Basketball, you dribbling, you dribble, less, good, less.
Very fine person. He has very strong convictions. He's a truthful type of an individual. And his name has a meaning, and it's giving, it's at peace. And how he's always willing to give, and it seems like that name suits him so well, that he always likes to give. And he doesn't really expect too much in return.
With all of this being said, it can be noted that Dr. Hamido has achieved a lot in his lifetime. Dr. Hamido has won gold medals in the years of 1982, 1989, 1991, 1992, and also 1999. While traveling the world, Dr. Hamido has shown that his gold medals do not just represent milestones, but also represent the past of his life. Coming from the great land of Cairo, Egypt, Dr. Hamido has shown that with hard work, diligence, and perseverance, anything can be achieved. Dr. Hamido has changed many lives for many people at Tennessee State University. His constant attentiveness and his constant dedication to his craft will continue to guide him throughout his journey. There will never be a man at Tennessee State like Dr. Hamido. Dr. Hamido truly is an Olympic warrior.